What's up guys, Tony Watson and Will Regan here today, and we got something a little different for you guys. We're going to help you guys improve your jump shot with an unboxing and a performance review.
Our friends over at Shooting Rev, they sent us the EVO ONE Basketball. It's powered by microsensor technology, and we're going to give you a quick little review and an unboxing of this product.
So let's get into it. Alright, so we're unboxing these EVO ONE basketballs today, and what we're supposed to get is the EVO ONE ball powered by sensor technology, and we're also supposed to get maybe a shirt or two, but let's see what we got in here. I did see a couple reviews on this already from other users, and they said, as you can see here, it's a pretty good box. #1 training tool, revolutionize your game. But what I've seen from other reviews is that it's really good for form shooting, maybe working on your arc and things like that, because what it's supposed to do is, if you shoot the ball with the right arc and the proper rotation, it's supposed to make a chirping sound or like a tweeting sound to you to let you know right away that you're shooting the ball correctly. But that's what they've said. We're obviously going to put it to the test a little later.
So our friend sent us some t-shirts inside the box as well, but inside we got the basketball here, which you know, if you play inside, you got some indoor basketballs. There's common top basketballs like the Nike and the Wilson, and the feel is very similar to those basketballs, kind of like a Spalding basketball in my mind, but I like it, and I can tell you, if I'm going to go to the gym and shoot with this, it's got a very good feel, and nothing that would make you know, me not like to shoot with this basketball from quick feel on this. Also inside the box we got the micro sensor right here, which it looks like it's got 2 batteries already on it, and then they gave us an additional 2 batteries, which will be nice because these aren't the standard AA or AAA batteries you're used to using, so you'd have to kind of go out of your way to buy them to replace them, but they gave you the backup there as well. So yeah, no, it looks good. It's got the little insert here as well that you can twist off and take the sensor in and out, depending on if you want to be shooting with this or just doing, you know, maybe even play pickup with it. Like, you don't need to have the sensor in when you're playing. So that's everything that we got inside the box.
So what we actually did, and why we're bringing you this video, is that we actually partnered with our friends over there at Shooting Rev, and we're going to bring you guys a lot more shooting drills this summer, a lot of tips, a lot of drills that you guys can definitely use in your own workout. So make sure that you not only subscribe to our channel if you haven't already, but make sure you follow us on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, all our social media outlets, because that's where we're going to be giving you guys those free tips and drills. So make sure you do that. But right now, we're going to get in the gym, we're going to put this to the test, and we're going to see how great this thing is. So let's get over there.
Alright, so we just tested out the basketball. We got some feedback for you guys about this basketball. Starting with the good is that it does exactly like it says it's going to do. When you're shooting the basketball, it's going to give you the feedback. You just have to make sure you line it up correctly and then shoot it. So it's going to be a good drill to really warm your shot up and stuff like that and know if you're doing it right. It's also a good basketball in terms of feel. Like, you got the leather, it's not going to slip out of your hands or anything, and you get good feel when you're shooting the basketball. Someone who's played with just a million other basketballs over his career, like, I had no issues with this basketball when it came to shooting and having feel with it. So overall, it's a good basketball that's going to give you the right feedback when you're trying to learn how to shoot.
Yeah, like, just to add what Will said, it's a very durable ball. You can use it indoor, outdoor. I suggest you use it indoor though, because it is leather and it will wear and tear after a while. But it is like a nice composite leather that you can use indoor and outdoor, and it'll be durable for you guys. I mean, it'll last a long time, and compared to other basketballs out there for the price point, honestly, it's up there with the other premium basketballs like your Wilsons and if you're overseas, your Moltons and your Nike basketball. So in price wise, it is comparable. And it's a good basketball, but there are a couple pointers that we wanted to let you guys know, not necessarily cons, but just things you should be aware of when you purchase a basketball. The EVO ONE Basketball is on this sensor area right here. When you're dribbling, it's kind of a dead spot. It doesn't bounce directly up to you sometimes, or it might not bounce as high, or it might bounce slightly to a different direction than it naturally would. Also, sometimes we struggle with getting the sensor out. I know Will has had slight problems with that just because it kind of gets a little caught and whatnot, but getting that sensor in and out can sometimes hang you up or things like that. Another con is if you're not have perfect rotation on your shot, it doesn't necessarily mean that your shot is wrong. But with me, like, we'll notice is that my follow through goes out just slightly, and it causes the ball to rotate slightly off. Not saying I'm a bad shooter, but I didn't always get that positive feedback. Even though the ball had good rotation, it had good arc, it just was slightly off compared to the sensor, and I didn't hear the chirping sound. But that doesn't mean you're a bad shooter. It just means that you didn't have the perfect rotation for the ball. And with that being said, if you're doing your game shooting and your shots in the game, you don't always have time to catch the ball, line it up directly on your fingertips. So when you're practicing your game shots and someone may pass you the ball and you catch it off and not on the seams, you're not going to get that positive feedback when you hear it. But it is good for like form shooting and things like that. But is there anything else you want them to be aware of?
No, just like when you shoot it, like Tony was saying, when you don't get that feedback, doesn't mean your shot's a bad shot. You just might not get the positive feedback. But when you hear it, you will know that you shot the ball well. So it's still a nice feature to have, especially when you're doing your form shooting. Yeah. But other than that, I mean, if you want this basketball, we do suggest it. It's a good basketball. You can get it for sure. It's listed at $80 over on EVO ONE Sports website. But if you use our tag at Perfect Your Game, you can get 20% off with this basketball, and they'll know we sent you over there. So if you're struggling with your shot, you don't have a trainer like Tony or I to train with and help correct those things, this is definitely a great way to start off and work on your shot.
Yeah, to add what Will said, the perfect time to use a ball like this would be if you're trying to figure out your form. You want to use it for like your form shooting drills that we always teach you guys how to do form shooting, and also if you're just kind of getting shots up but you have time to line the laces up and make sure you can hold your follow through and things like that, that's the perfect time to use this basketball. Another time you can use is if it's the only basketball you have and you can take the sensor out and use it as your game ball or ball that you're using to do your other drills with. We just suggest if you're not going to use it for the shooting purposes is to get another basketball, but like basketballs are expensive, so if you can only get this basketball, we suggest that you get it and then use it for shooting, but you can also use it for your other ball handling and things like that. But like Will said, definitely use our code to get 20% off. You can get it over, we got a link in the corner up here. Make sure you also follow us on Instagram and Twitter. We're going to give you guys a bunch of shooting tips for free involving this EVO ONE basketball. And make sure you guys come back next week. We're going to have a new video for you then too. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments as usual. But until next time, guys, perfect your game. Peace.